Now to an astounding move from the GOP that seems perfectly engineered to give special interest and corporate donors even more influence than they've already got. This week, House Republicans voted to abolish the decades-old public financing option for presidential elections, arguing it will save $600 million over 10 years. In reality, it'll cost us billions, if not trillions, because that means our politicians will be even more dependent on private cash to get elected. And then, as usual, they will give away billions of our taxpayer money to pay back their private donors. Unfortunately, that's how the system works. And the perfect example of that is John Boehner. Today, we got word that Boehner will give the keynote address to a group of insurance lobbyists dead set on repealing health care reform. It's a group that gave 10 grand to Boehner in 2010 and millions more to other lawmakers. Boehner got over $240,000 in total from the insurance industry last year alone. And he knows how to pay him back. His first act as Speaker of the House? Trying to repeal health care reform. I'm sure it was yet another funny coincidence. And don't forget, it was John Boehner who got caught literally passing out checks from the tobacco lobby to members of Congress on the floor of the House back in 1995. The guy has no shame, and now they've rigged the rules so that more people will have to follow his lead. With me now is David Sirota. He is radio host on AM 760 in Colorado and author of the book Hostile Takeover: How Big Money and Corruption Conquered Our Government and How We Take It Back. All right, David, first on Boehner. Let's talk about this vote. Before we get to Boehner, I should say, let's talk about this vote to end public financing for presidential campaigns. Why do you think that's such a bad idea?
Because, as you alluded to, it will further encourage presidential candidates to fund their campaigns exclusively through private donations. Now, a lot of the candidates already are talking about foregoing public financing of elections. But once you eliminate the possibility of presidential candidates using a public source of money, you are effectively saying that presidential campaigns should be financed by the biggest of big money institutions and corporations in our economy, institutions and corporations, of course, that have business before our government. And as you suggested, Cenk, when you allow those companies to invest in candidates like that, those candidates, when they take office, pay back that investment in terms of legislative favors.
Well, I want to show you the campaign committee contributions to John Boehner in 2010, David, and get your reaction. Insurance gave him $243,590. Financial companies gave him $207,000 some odd dollars. Retirement groups, nearly $200,000. Health professionals, $175,000. Electric utilities, $168,000. Now, when people give this kind of money to a politician, do you think they're doing it out of the goodness of their heart, or are they looking for a little legislative payback so they can make a hell of a lot more money on that investment?
It's an investment, right? When you put money into a stock, you expect to get a return on your investment. And the thing is, John Boehner has become a really good investment. I like to say that John Boehner is the walking epitome of corporate personhood. He's a corporation masquerading as a person, but he legislates as a corporation, and he is an investment. So when money goes into the coffers of a politician, it's not because people think or industries think that the politician's a nice guy or a great guy. When that kind of money goes into a politician's coffer, it is an investment. Especially, remember, many of these are for-profit corporations or employees for for-profit corporations with interest before the government, and they are investing that money in order to ultimately make a profit. So again, it is an investment for a return in the case of legislative favors. And
by the way, I want people to be clear. Boehner didn't create the systems. The system created Boehner, right? So if we have a system where you put in private money and financial companies or any kind of companies, corporations, multinational corporations that are not even beholden to the United States of America, put money into that system, well, of course they're going to buy the politicians. Who do you work for? David, you work for the guy who pays you, right?
That's exactly right. And remember, we're talking about corporations whose executives have a fiduciary responsibility, a legal responsibility to maximize profit for their companies. So when these people are bundling money, packaging money from those employees, they are trying to maximize that private profit through the public politician and the public coffers.
David Sirota, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Cenk.